Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in 2018, the guy from Clemson in his third year, Deshaun Watson. C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
Big Dwayne Brown is still one of the top left tackles in the NFL. A 4-time Pro Bowler. He's respected around the league because of his big frame, nimble feet, and strong grip. When you rush the passer against Dwayne Brown, you're just hoping to get near the quarterback.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Watson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Chandler Jones, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They run. Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. They find some open field here. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we look at C.J. Anderson as he trots back out there and gets set to go on offense. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Chandler Jones just keeps getting better and better. Each season, he adds a little more to his game. I wonder if he wants to take on his UFC fighting brother at any time.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I got you. I got you.
Throwing again is Watson, and that is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield, and he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Again, it's Watson. This one to Foster Moreau, the rookie from LSU. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And Adams has it complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Watson now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's C.J. Anderson who tops it off with the touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Kaepernick going to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf. Moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He gets it to Gurley, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Anderson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On first down, Watson. Catch made, it's Moreau. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. To the air yet again, Watson. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
56 is the mic.
On first down, it's Anderson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On second down now, it's Anderson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Anderson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They get a big hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that space to rumble.
They'll run on first down. Barnes. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. This is Howard on second down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. C.J. Anderson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines, What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Mike 51. That's what I do. Out.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. He can run for it, and he will. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time for us to spotlight C.J. Anderson. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 60 yards. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Watson looks to throw again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we are at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A very good gain on first down, 9 yards on the dump-off. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Now Kaepernick. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Gurley. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Kaepernick. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They run it again with Williams. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that's caught left side, Seals Jones with it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On first down, it's Gurley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 6-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And last year's rushing and total touchdown leader Todd Gurley caps it with his first of the game here. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Gurley. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. On 2nd down, Williams. Williams loses the football.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Check in. I got one.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Again they run with Gurley. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Butts it.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Houston.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll find Moreau here. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Watson. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm like, despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. That's caught at the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Rolling to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Now let's go.
They'll try the air now with Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
Bullock's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Kaepernick now to throw. Fitzgerald's got it right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Kaepernick. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Kaepernick now on first down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They start the drive with Anderson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Anderson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
15 seconds. 19. I got you. Pump. Double time, double time. 3 down, 3 down. Keep trying to go.
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Mike 29. Come on in here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
The Texans 32-yard line.
Out to go. Down to go.
Again, Anderson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Saints, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
19!
right side, it's Snead. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And now an introduction here to the starting 11 on offense.
Let's take a look at Willie Snead, wide receiver, undrafted coming into the league. He's the quintessential coach's son, knows how to play the game so well, and plays it with joy.
Play action, now it's Allen. And right away, he lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Safety DJ Swearinger brings not just athletic ability to the field, he also brings a strong belief that he can get to the football on every snap. An absolutely fierce hitter, you can feel his intensity even when you're sitting down and having a meeting with him prior to the game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. 54. Y'all not ready.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15.
Here we go. Check. Fresno.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Throwing on second and long. Allen caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. On play action, Allen. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Try and run for it with Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put him ready.
A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards.
15-1.
They'll try to throw now. Bradford, man open. That's Robert Foster complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Ready. 54, Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go.
On second down, here's Penny. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. From the right hash, this from 53. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now Allen off the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Rashad Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Bradford got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bradford to throw it, and he rifles one incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Bradford again, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Play action now, Bradford. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Bradford. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Allen off the play fake. And down he...
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Penny.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready! 60 outlaw. Ready to go. No game on this defense, no game.
A 1st down throw for Bradford, and that's complete to the tight end Hireman. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
70.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Bradford. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. That's caught left side by Hardman. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here we go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Bradford again. And he's going to be he's sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Ready. 53 at the mic. Here we go. Shift. Ready.
Now Bradford on 4th down. Throw left side complete to Foster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Now it's Martin, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Bradford, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bradford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Yeah, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Allen now looks to throw.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And we turn our focus to Doug Martin. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Bradford. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
53, I got one.
5.
Bradford now to throw on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Bradford. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Bradford. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action. Now Bradford. Throw that side complete to QT. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the red zone now, Bradford. That's caught by Penny. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again with Bradford. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Go now. 10-2 stop.
54. Mike, 54. Stay with you.
Play. Let go.
Penny, a first down carry. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Rashad Penny, 50 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. To Thompson on the screen. Evades the tackler, and now some space. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, Allen on the move to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
There you go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and this one complete to Will Fuller. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Allen now on first down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Bryant is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Bradford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Everyone got 4.
On second down, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him, 11 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 2nd and 12, Bradford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the shotgun, it's Bradford. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Oakland.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Raiders 17, Broncos 6.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Oakland. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Kill.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Mike's by 4. Push him back. Right there. 50.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. So the shotgun snap to Allen, and that is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw, and that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
30 base.
Check.
Get ready.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Bradford to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On first down, Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Allen throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Check 91. Mike 91. Here we go. Check it out.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Brought in left side by Snead. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Allen again. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Quick the edge. Go.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. And the Raiders have got him. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Allen. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On play action, Allen. On the crossing route, complete. It's Fuller. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short and shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So it's Bronco football as we said here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having talked it over. And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive. So you knew one way or another that they need to get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field for 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
This one fielded at the 5. Make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to go down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Penny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Penny. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, a 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. Back to throw. Allen, he's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Raiders, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again
next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.